Good evening and salutations to everybody watching my videos. This is crashandcortex here. I know it's actually been a very long time since I've made a video about shiny battles. However, this one was specifically requested not only by TheMaster327, who I am fighting against right now, but also RLIS, Lone Star Akira, who I battled in previous videos as well. She heard about the absolute terror that was Master's Roma Shiny Zapdos, an amazing, amazing shiny, which just so happened to completely devastate me. Spoilers, I get absolutely destroyed in this game. You can see my team here is quite fire weak, as well as basically I just picked a random selection of Pokemon here that I haven't used very frequently. Slapped them together, hopefully see what I could do against a good prime team of Masters. You can see a lot of his Pokemon that he uses here are things he uses fairly frequently, like that shiny Smash Passion Gorbis, as well as Dual Screens Mr. Mime, and of course Medicham. But enough with that, let's go on to this battle already. Let's have some fun. Alright, so I already spoiled that I get destroyed in this battle, but things weren't quite as terrible beginning with it. This is the first time I believe my shiny Luxray is ever used in a shiny battle, and yes, it's a beautiful shiny, but it's not quite as beautiful as this shiny Excelgor. Hands down my favourite shinies of all time. I love shiny Excelgor so much. My Luxray is actually Choice Scarfed, but as it turns out, it's so mediocre IV-wise that the shiny Excelgor of Masters just outspeeds me in spite of whatever enhancements the Choice Scarf might have given to its speed. I just Volt Switch because I expect it to just put up hazards and I expected to outspeed it myself, but that didn't really come to pass. So I go to my second Scarfer, which is this shiny Chandelure over here. I did not expect Excelgor to have Yawn, so this completely screws over any plans I might have had before. I was expecting it to be a Hazards lead, but it seems to be a more offensively inclined Excelgor that forces switches. In any case, I managed to KO it with Shadow Ball. I was expecting a switch to Gorbis here myself, so that's why I didn't go for the Flamethrower. But since I'm choiced, and I didn't think I'd be able to OKO Gorbis in one shot, and it outspeed me after a Shell Smash, I was kind of, my hands were tied really. I didn't want to risk my Chandelure dying and getting swept by a Shell Smash Gorbis. So I go right into my Sceptile, which is one of my first shinies ever. This shiny Sceptile was found in December 2008. Pretty much the shiny that kick-started my career, honestly. So it has a lot of fond memories behind it, and I love it so much. That, and it can probably outspeed shiny Gorbis as well, even after a Shell Smash, because it's just that good, you know. So I do the usual routine, Mega Evolve and decide to fire off an Energy Ball in vain hopes that I might be able to one-shot it. And of course I do, because shiny Gorbis' special defense isn't that great, even if a White Herb managed to alleviate any of the losses to the special defense that might have happened before. Now here comes shiny Magnezone. I have Lightning Rod, so maybe this wasn't the best idea. I try Focus Blasting, but regrettably, it actually misses completely. But in the end, I actually was fairly convinced this Magnezone would have Sturdy, so even if I did hit with Focus Blast, I can't guarantee that it would have had much impact in the battle overall, simply because it would have just lived the hit and killed me anyway. So I go into Chandelure just so it's one of the main things that can take out Magnezone. I'm not really very well prepared for this battle at all. My suspicions are confirmed. This shiny Magnezone does have Sturdy, just like my one, so it's even more of a ball ache than mine could ever be. And its Thunderbolt is immensely strong. Just look at this. It nearly one-shot Chandelure. It came very close to doing it, and I think damage percentages varying might have altered the chances. I might have actually been KO'd if I was any more unlucky than I already was here. So KO Magnezone, I'm out of the frying pan and into the fire. In comes Mr. Mime. I know what this Mr. Mime does, because I fought it countless times. And since I'm choiced, I can't exactly just Shadow Ball it and just hope it dies either. I'm locked into Flamethrower. And I can't deal with this thing at all, so I just go into Fortress for whatever reason, thinking I had Gyro Ball. But I don't have Gyro Ball. I deleted it in favour of Volt Switch a while back. So what happens here is that Master essentially gets a free dual screens because I'm too much of a freaking moron to be able to actually do anything about it. I don't have a defog or anything like that. These shinies are just caught as is and given legitimate normal movesets. I can't breed for them most of the time. So I just put up a layer of Stealth Rocks and see what happens. Master goes into this terrifying roaming shiny Zapdos. And I can remember the fallout when Master initially got this. We were so proud of him, and I think this was the first time he might have used it against me properly. I just decided to go for Hazards for whatever reason. I don't really think I can do much against the Zapdos under dual screens. Zapdos Heat Waves, but predictably, of course, I have Sturdy, so I'm able to live the hit regardless. Hopefully it doesn't burn me. Thankfully it doesn't. And for some reason I had a citrus berry simply because there were no other good items I had on this game. I actually botched the move selection here. I was trying to go for Volt Switch, but then I ended up going for Rapid Spin like a moron. I get a critical hit, but, you know, it's under Reflect, it's Rapid Spin, and it's a Fortress, so it's not doing jack diddly squat. So Fortress lays its hazards, but it doesn't really do much of anything else, and this Zapdos could have easily had Defog and ruined my chances anyway. I go into Luxray here, hoping that I could outspeed it, and take it down with a nice good wild charge. At this point, I actually completely blanked on the fact that they were dual screens, so this wild charge didn't really do much at all. In fact, it probably harmed me more than anything else. And here is the pivotal turn of this battle. Watch what the Zapdos does. He uses Ancient Power, which he normally wouldn't use, but then he gets the 20% stat rise. So this Zapdos is essentially on bird steroids right now, and it's completely crapping all over my team with huge bolts of lightning. And it uses this opportunity to go for the roost, knowing that it can pretty much live anything I throw at it. And it's still got dual screens, and now it's electric type, so it should do much less. However, Luxray is a courageous little bugger, and with its dying blow, it actually manages to get a critical hit against the Zapdos and takes it back down to half again. So it's not really very good, considering it just roost again and get back to full health. But it is still pretty nice to see that Luxray actually did sort of something in my first battle. I was expecting it to bomb horribly. I sharded, hoping this might be able to KO it and get a crit, but no, it has a Yacha Berry, so even if it crit, I don't think it would have KO'd it anyway. So it has further cemented the possibility, or nay, the certainty, that I was going to be wrecked in this battle. Zapdos heat waves my Mamoswine, and my poor little piggy pants just goes down, topples over just like that. It can't beat the heat, unfortunately. Especially when that heat happens to be on frickin' Ancient Power steroids. Anyway, Choice Scarf Chandelure is still not able to outspeed +1 Zapdos, because Zapdos is just that good, and normally Chandelure is not that fast at all. So it roosts back up to nearly full health, and I Flamethrower. The light screen is actually off, but the +1 special defense means it's still easily able to take a good beating. And it decides to Ancient Power me for the kill. Thankfully, it does not get the +2 special defense rise. I already lost, but that would have made me punch my DS in fury. And I guess for the last stretch of this battle, it's a Zapdos against a Gyarados. So, put 2 and 2 together, try and guess what happens here on this turn. Will this Gyarados survive? No, it's a fucking Gyarados. So it just sort of dies and I get completely curb stomped. Great game, Master, in its own little way. Thank you so much for doing this. I fulfilled a request for both of you, and I'm really hoping to absolutely destroy that shiny Zapdos in another battle we may have in the future, near or distant. We'll see what happens there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video didn't actually come out terribly. I try and do what I can for my videos quality-wise and such. I'm trying to upload a bit more frequently in spite of a break I've gotten. And yeah, you know, we'll see if anything nice pops up. I should hopefully upload some more battles, depending on if more people request for them. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll be going now. Toodles!